I am getting ready to show you how to make money without using any of your own money by buying rental properties. This is a unique way to leverage other people's money to fill up your bank account as well as build wealth in the background, all at the same time, all without using any of your own money. I'm not trying to do a Billy Mays like infomercial. I promise you this is all doable. I've done it hundreds of times and you can do it as well. I'm gonna simplify it and do it with cups to represent the process and how it works. Hopefully it will help you understand the foundational steps that are needed to build wealth using other people's money, because I promise I'm gonna make this sound simple, but I doubly promise that this is not as easy as it sounds. Simple and easy are different, people. Yes, this is simple, but it is not easy. So the stronger foundational concept we can build, the stronger your understanding of how this actually works will dictate whether you get to that next level and actually implement it, because if you implement it, you will build wealth. My name is Sam and I've been able to buy $50 million worth of real estate, yeah, 50 million, without using any of my own money. And I'm just kind of a dumb guy from Missouri. I didn't inherit any money. I didn't inherit an entrepreneurial household. I just decided that I was done working a W-2 job and I wanted to buy real estate. I didn't have enough money to buy real estate, so I learned this process I'm getting ready to show you on how to buy real estate using none of your own money. Hit that like, subscribe button if you don't mind. I would appreciate it. All right, here we go. This cup is your bank account. It's empty right now because you don't have any money. This cup is a private lender's bank account. This cup is a tenant's bank account, and this cup is a bank's bank account. Got it? They'll be labeled down their bottom. So what you do is you borrow money from a private lender to buy and repair a distressed property. Now there are lots of steps that goes into that. You need to find the distressed property. You need to rehab it or pay somebody to rehab it. We're obviously keeping this foundational. Again, I have plenty of videos on here that explain this BRRRR method and then explain how to do this in actuality with real numbers. And even at the end of this video, I will have one of the videos flash up on the screen somewhere that if you're interested in this, you will have hit the subscribe button, but you will also be able to watch a video that gives you a little bit further detail. But again, we need the foundation. So we borrowed money from a private lender to buy and repair a distressed property. At that point, you start to collect rent, so your bank account does start to fill up. You haven't paid anybody back yet, and you're starting to collect rent. At that point, you get a loan from a small local bank, a lender that will lend you money based on the new value of your property. So you get a cash out refinance based on 80% of the value of your new property, and you take that loan and you pay back your private lender their money plus interest. So now the private lender is paid off, they got their money back plus interest, they're good. Now you do owe the bank money, but you are collecting rent every single month, as I mentioned. Now at this point, you take some of that rent and you pay back the bank. You collect rent the next month, you take some of that rent, pay back the bank. You collect rent the next month and you take some of that rent and pay back the bank. And you do this over and over again. And as you do this, your bank account is filling up. And you didn't use any of your own money to fill up your bank account. You are paying back the bank with the money you collect from the tenant. So you use the private lender's money to buy and repair a distressed property. Use the bank's money to pay back the private lender plus interest, and then use the tenant's money to pay back the bank, and then you get to keep a little bit of it during the way, so you're making a few $100 a month. But spoiler alert, it's not about the cash flow at all. It's about the other benefits that come along with owning real estate. It's called the passive wealth trifecta, and it's so powerful that I make about $10,000 every single day, yes day, and yes, I'm still that idiot from Missouri, with this passive wealth trifecta. So it's a beautiful process. It's called the BRRRR method. You bought it, you fixed it up, you did this whole process. It was a lot of hard work. Congratulations, good job. Over time, that property goes up in value. Real estate doubles in value every 15 years. I know it, I've studied it, I've seen it actually happen. My very first rental property I did with this method was worth $125,000. It appraised for that in 2014. It is currently worth $270,000. What is this, 11 years later? So that property more than doubled in 15 years. Most properties will at least double in value every 15 years. So while this is all happening, and while you continue to collect rent and continue to pay back the bank, the property goes up in value. Yes, there are fluctuations, slight dips, but as long as you're paying your mortgage to the bank and you're renting the property out, and even in good and bad times people need to rent, nothing's gonna happen. The value honestly doesn't really even matter unless you're looking to sell it or refinance it. So it fluctuates, just like when the stock market dips, if you didn't pull money out and it goes back up, nothing really happened. Same with real estate, except it tends to double every 15 years. So that's the first part of the passive wealth trifecta. Properties increase in value over time. At the end of this video, I'm gonna tell you how to put this in hyperdrive, but let's finish this passive wealth trifecta. The second part of the passive wealth trifecta is this part. It's the bank part. The tenant is paying back the bank, which also pays down the principal balance. So you're kind of getting a compounding effect where properties go up in value, where tenant pays the mortgage down. So your net worth it's not doubling, but mentally it's kind of doubling every single time because there's growth and there's debt pay down. So that difference is that equity, that's your net worth. So that is all happening every single month in aggregate. And then the last part of the passive wealth trifecta, besides the cash flow, which I guess you could call it a quadfecta maybe, but again, we're not worried about cash flow right now. The last part of the passive wealth trifecta is the tax savings and the tax benefits that go along with real estate. This has become the main reason that I buy rentals right now. Long term, I want to have wealth through rentals through the first two parts, property growth, debt pay down. However, the tax benefits that come into play when you buy and own real estate are astronomical. I have 5 different companies. I have a flipping company that's very, very cash heavy. The profits there's not many write-offs. I have an education company that has a lot of profit and there's very little write-off, so it's very, very cash heavy. I also have a renovation company that renovates properties for myself and other people. Not very profitable, but guess what? There's profit there. And then I also have a property management company. I manage properties for myself and my rental properties, as well as my students and other people in the area. And then I have my rental portfolio. And my rental portfolio and all the tax savings that come along with that negate profit from all the 4 other companies. I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to do that, but as long as I continue to buy real estate, the tax benefits from owning real estate trickle down to your other companies. Shoot, it will trickle down to your W-2 income. You pay taxes as an individual, and you have companies or W-2 income on top of that. If you own rental properties, it filters underneath your W-2 income or above your W-2 income, however you want to look at it, but it can come out of your W-2 income and allow you to pay little or maybe just less taxes if you only own 1 rental property. There's things like writing off mileage. If you go on vacation and you're investing in real estate on the side, but as a professional, you can write off some or most of that vacation. You can write off a home office. You can rent out your house back to yourself and have some write-offs there. Shoot, you can even pay your kids some tax-free money on top of it. The point is, if you have an LLC and you own rental properties, there are a ton of great ways to save money on taxes. Now you should obviously have a professional do your taxes so you're doing things the right way. And if you're looking for a connection on that, check out the description of this video. We're gonna have several free links, and one of them is going to be on a tax preparer and tax filer that can help you if you're in the real estate game, take advantage of all the real estate benefits. So as you can see, the passive wealth trifecta and just owning 1 rental property can completely change your life. A way to step on the gas and to throw some fuel on the fire of your wealth is to do this at volume. Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, wealth takes time. Even owning rental properties, which is one of the best wealth creators you can ever have, will take a matter of 5, 10, 15 years to create any substantial wealth. However, if you buy 5 rental properties or 10 rental properties or 20 rental properties, you are shortening that time frame because you're getting a certain amount of equity, a certain amount of debt paid down, a certain amount of tax savings on each property. Just throw more properties in the mix. As I said earlier, I bought $50 million in real estate without using any of my own money. So I promise you can do it too. You can throw volume into play, and then before you know it, you look up and you're making 5, 10 grand a day with the passive wealth trifecta because you've bought enough rental properties. And at that point or before, you can do what you want when you want. You can quit your job, you can maybe not take that promotion because it travels more and you want to be home around your kids and your family, but you need to make more money. Well, boom, maybe this was able to do it for you. It just gives you more flexibility, more freedom, and more choice to do what you want when you want as you're building multiple streams of income. And I do not honestly think there's a better place for you to learn how to do this than by following me on social media. I'm on all platforms. X, I just started a new X account. Make sure to follow me there. But whatever social media platform you're on, shoot Sam Faster Freedom or Faster Freedom a follow, and I promise to provide a ton of free educational resources for you. Again, make sure to like and subscribe. Check out my podcast, The Faster Freedom Show. And in the description of this video, there's going to be some free links to some free trainings where I don't collect your phone number or email address, that are legitimately free for you. And if after all of this, you're bought in and you want my help, I do have a paid community, but let's not worry about that right now. Get the freebies, get the free stuff, and if you feel like you do want me to hold your hand and my team to help you grow and scale and create financial freedom, I'd be glad to help you. Other than that, check out this video over here that shows you a little bit more about the BRRRR method and gives some real life numbers to this after you build on this foundation that we just laid. See you on the next one.